Hey Amy, how have you been? Haven't heard from you in a while.
What's with the sudden message, sis? You never text me out of nowhere.
Just thinking about my little sister. Is that so strange?
Yeah, kind of. You usually only message when something's up.
Well, Mom and Dad have been worried about you. They asked me to check how you're doing.
Oh, that's what this is about. Should have known they'd send you to check up on me.
They're not sending me. I was already concerned too.
Right, sure. The perfect older sister routine.
They just care about you. We all do.
I'm fine. Nothing's changed. But why are they worried?
Maybe because you've been distant lately? You missed Dad's birthday dinner last month.
Not this again. I had a gig that night. They know music comes first for me.
Was it really that important to miss Dad's 60th?
Every gig is important when you're trying to make it. You wouldn't understand.
Was it an important performance?
It could have been. The venue owner said he might book me regularly.
Well, that sounds promising. How did it go?
No, the owner went with someone else. But that's just how the industry works.
I'm sorry to hear that. Have you been getting other opportunities?
You always said you wanted to make it in the music industry. How's that going overall? Are you doing any other gigs?
Are you at least making enough to get by?
Not recently. I've been stuck working part-time jobs because I'm broke. The music scene is tough right now.
What kind of part-time work are you doing?
Waitressing mainly. Some bartending. Whatever pays the bills.
That must be tough. Are you at least able to practice your music?
When I'm not exhausted from double shifts. My neighbor complained about my guitar playing last week.
That's frustrating. Can you practice somewhere else?
Where? Studios cost money. Practice rooms cost money. Everything cost money.
Maybe I could help.
Let me guess. Are the parents saying I should get a real job or give up on music?
They haven't said that, actually. They're just concerned about you.
Right. Because moving boxes in a warehouse is so much better than pursuing my dreams.
Nobody's suggesting that.
Ugh, seriously. Our parents always try to interfere with my dreams. It's so annoying. They've been like this since high school.
They're not trying to interfere.
Remember when they suggested I major in business instead of music? That wasn't interfering?
They were trying to help.
By crushing my dreams. Some help.
They wanted you to have a backup plan. Is that so terrible?
But they're not supporting me either. They've never really supported my choices.
They're just worried if you're eating properly. I think they do support your dreams, even if they show it oddly.
Right. They've never trusted me. I'm so different from you. Always have been.
How so?
Are you kidding? You always did what they wanted. Got a normal corporate job, worked as an office manager, and even married a high-earning executive. You live such a stable life. We're complete opposites.
You're creative, and it's fine for sisters to be different. We don't have to follow the same path.
Easy for you to say. You're the good daughter.
That's not true. Remember when I wanted to study abroad? They weren't happy about that either.
But you gave up and stayed, like always.
I made my choice, like you're making yours.
We really are opposites. I don't want a boring, predictable life. I want excitement, even if it means instability.
What kind of excitement are you looking for?
Spontaneous adventures, last-minute performances, meeting interesting people, not being tied down to a desk.
Excitement, huh? Your lifestyle does seem full of that.
It's great living an exciting life. You should try it sometime. When's the last time you did something unexpected?
Actually, marriage has its own excitement. Two people from different backgrounds living together. There are always new discoveries and surprises. It's fun.
Like what? Finding out he leaves his socks on the floor?
More like learning new things about each other every day. Different perspectives, different habits.
That kind of mild excitement isn't enough for me. I want a crazy life. How are things with your husband anyway?
We get along well, though we do argue sometimes. Every couple does.
About what?
Little things, mostly. Work schedules, household chores, normal stuff.
Sounds thrilling.
It's not all boring.
Sure seems like it. Don't you ever wish for more?
More what?
More everything. More passion, more adventure, more life.
I'm content with what I have.
That's exactly what I mean. You settle for content.
There's nothing wrong with being content.
Is marriage really that great? Isn't being single more fun? I hate the idea of being tied down to one person.
Whether married or single, you should choose what works for you. Neither is inherently better. It's your life, so live it how you want. If anyone tries to stop you, I'll be on your side. I'm your big sister, after all.
You haven't changed at all. Still playing the perfect older sister.
What do you mean?
You say these fake nice things, but you're actually just naive. It's annoying. You say these cheesy lines so naturally, but you get away with it because it's just your personality. Your type is popular with men. They love naive women.
Really? I'm popular?
Don't act shy. I'm not complimenting you. Men only like naive women at first. In the end, they want someone beautiful like me. Be careful your husband doesn't get bored of you.
We're fine. Our relationship is stable.
Huh? Why are you so confident?
Because he always says he's devoted to me. We trust each other.
Oh, how sweet. But you shouldn't let your guard down. Men's feelings can change easily. I've seen it happen countless times.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
I've dated enough men to know how they think. They're all the same in the end.
Not all men are like that.
Keep telling yourself that, sis. Keep living in your fairy tale. How are you, sis? Still lovey-dovey with your husband?
Well, not exactly lovey-dovey right now.
Oh? Did something happen? Tell me everything.
We had our first fight in a while, a big one.
Why? What happened? You two never fight.
Maybe I'm imagining things, but he seems different lately. When I brought it up, he got angry and we argued.
Different how, specifically? Give me the details.
He's cold when I talk to him. Doesn't look at me during conversations.
What else?
He's working late more often, says it's for an important project.
And you believe that?
Should I not? Less physical attention than before, no more random hugs or kisses. Well, this is embarrassing, but we're not intimate anymore either.
Sounds like he's not seeing you as a woman anymore. Classic signs.
You think that's it?
Definitely. See, I told you to be careful about not getting boring. Men need constant excitement.
Really? He's bored of me? What should I do? I've tried planning date nights.
Let me give you advice as someone experienced with men. Don't be clingy. Give him space and he'll probably come back.
I see. Like playing hard to get?
Not exactly, but something like that. Men want what they can't have.
You're so knowledgeable about men, but you don't believe in relationships, right? Seems like a waste.
Actually, I have a boyfriend now. He's different from the others.
Really? What's he like? Tell me about him.
Tall, handsome, makes over 80 grand a year. Pretty good catch, right? He works in finance.
How long have you been together?
About 2 months, but it feels different this time.
Different how?
He gets me, understands my dreams, supports my music.
That's wonderful. Has he seen you perform?
Not yet, but he will soon.
Are you thinking about moving in together?
Maybe. I'm not thinking about the future right now. Might get married if I get pregnant, so...
I never thought I'd hear you talk about marriage. You always said you'd never marry. Well, people change. You must really love him.
Love is a strong word, but he's fun. We're going to a hot spring resort next weekend.
That sounds nice. Which one?
The fancy one in Napa Valley. He's paying and driving me there, of course. Why don't you invite your husband? Could be a double date.
He says he has a business trip next weekend. Besides, we're fighting, so he'd probably say no.
Sorry I'm the only happy one here. Must be hard seeing your little sister in a better relationship.
It's fine. Send me photos of your trip. Share some of that happiness.
Sure, I'll send you some really romantic photos. For my poor sister's sake, you can live vicariously through me. Sis, listen, something terrible happened.
What's wrong?
I almost got hit by a car and fell. I got injured on my trip. Getting into an accident during vacation is the worst. They say I need to stay in the hospital for a week.
Are you okay? What happened exactly?
It was awful. There was this wall and then... I don't have any money for the medical bills. Could you send me some? Insurance is being difficult.
What a coincidence. My husband was in an accident too.
Oh, really? Well, it's quite a coincidence. Is he okay?
He crashed into someone's wall right after getting off the highway. He broke bones in multiple places and is in surgery now. His legs are completely shattered.
That's serious. When did this happen?
Earlier today, the hospital just called me.
Which hospital is he at?
How bad are your injuries?
Not as bad as your husband's. Just some stitches on my head and face and a broken collarbone. Nothing major.
But something strange about my husband's accident location. He said he was going to Seattle for work, but why was he in California? That's the opposite direction.
Maybe his plans changed? Business trips can be unpredictable.
I'll have to ask him after surgery, and oddly, the dash cam in his car disappeared. Police mentioned it was strange.
It probably flew off in the crash. That happens sometimes.
Does that happen? Have you seen that before?
Probably, I guess. I'm not an expert on car accidents.
Oh, right. You needed money? Tell me which hospital. I'll bring it. We can talk more then.
No, never mind. You should stay with your husband. He needs you more.
Just tell me which hospital. It's no trouble.
Actually, I don't need the money. I'm fine. Bye.
Amy, you were with my husband during the accident, weren't you?
What are you talking about? That's impossible. I was traveling with my boyfriend. You know that.
Then why not borrow money from him? Why ask me?
We had a fight before the accident and he left early, so I'm alone now. What are you getting at, sis?
Actually, the hotel called my husband's phone. I wondered why a hotel would call, and it turns out he lied about the business trip and was staying at a hot spring resort. When they couldn't reach his wife, they decided to contact me.
It's just a coincidence we were at the same resort. I don't know anything about your husband. Napa Valley is a popular destination.
Really? Then why did the hotel call?
What do you mean?
My husband left his wallet and a power bank in the room. The hotel called about that. Since he was in surgery, I answered the phone, and that's how I found out the wife was you.
That's impossible. You're jumping to conclusions.
It's already exposed. You took the missing dash cam, didn't you? You ran away to a different hospital to hide that you were together.
That's not true. Why would I do that?
Listen, Amy, taking the dash cam was pointless.
What?
It has a communication feature that automatically saves data to the cloud.
No way. You saw it?
Yes, I did. That's why I said it's exposed. You were in the car during the accident.
No, listen. This wasn't an affair. I was just giving him advice. You and your husband were growing distant, right?
Drop the transparent lies. The dash cam recorded both video and audio from inside the car. You were both talking badly about me right before the accident.
I don't really remember that. We were just talking.
Amy, you said to my husband, "I'm so much better than my stupid sister," right? And he agreed, laughing. He said, "I'm tired of that woman."
No, sis, you're misunderstanding.
It's not a misunderstanding. I know everything you did. I understand how you both feel perfectly.
Sis, please respond. We need to talk about this. I know you're reading these messages. Sis, I'm really sorry. Don't ignore me. I told Mom and Dad about the affair. They're not reading my messages either.
I know they know.
Listen, sis. The police just came. I might get arrested after I'm discharged. Help me.
I know about that, too. You were actually driving when the accident happened, weren't you?
You knew?
There's dash cam footage. The insurance won't cover this. Fleeing the scene is a crime, too. You'll have to pay for the wall repairs.
I don't have that kind of money. You know I'm broke.
You'll have to work or take out loans.
Don't say it like it's so simple. This could ruin my life.
The house you crashed into was apparently quite luxurious. The repair costs will be huge. Good luck.
It's not fair that I'm the only one getting hurt. Your husband had an affair too. He's just as bad. He went along with it when I just flirted a little.
Don't worry, I won't forgive him either. I'm divorcing him and demanding compensation.
Just that? Isn't that too light compared to what I'm facing?
Not at all. Divine punishment has already fallen on my husband. His legs will never be the same.
You mean permanent damage? How bad is it really?
The doctors say he'll need multiple surgeries.
But he'll recover eventually, right?
No matter how much rehabilitation he does, he'll never return to his pre-accident condition. But I have no intention of supporting him. Whatever his condition, I am divorcing him and taking what I can. So, what will you do? Will you support him? I'll gladly give up my position as his wife.
No way, I can't take that responsibility. He was just a fling. This wasn't supposed to be serious.
I thought so. He's in despair about his leg condition. Seems he's directing his anger at you.
What do you mean?
He says he's going to sue you because his legs are like this because of you.
What? He's the one who told me to drive. This isn't fair.
But he says you wanted to drive, so he let you. His word against yours.
That's wrong. He was hungover and asked me to drive. I refused because I barely drive. He insisted.
Oh my, this looks messy. Not that I care.
He's lying. He practically begged me to drive.
Should have recorded that conversation too.
You have to believe me, sis.
Why should I believe anything you say anymore?
Sis, be on my side. Please, I need you now more than ever.
Why should I? You're a traitor. You betrayed me in the worst possible way.
I'm really sorry about that. Really. You just seemed so happy it annoyed me, so I did that. I'm really sorry. I was jealous.
Jealous? Of what exactly?
Everything. Your perfect marriage, your stable life, how everyone loves you.
The perfect marriage you helped destroy?
I know. I messed up. I know that now.
Too late for realizations.
Please, there must be something you can do to help.
Apologies won't change anything. Mom and Dad said I don't need to forgive you, and we decided as a family to cut ties to you.
Wait, don't abandon me, sis. I'm still your sister.
But this is good, isn't it? This is what you wanted.
What?
You said you preferred an exciting life over an ordinary one.
No, this isn't what I meant. This isn't the excitement I wanted.
Getting arrested, being sued. It's the crazy life you declared you wanted. Perfect for you.
Please, sis, I need help. I can't handle this alone.
Goodbye, Amy. Enjoy your exciting life.
Mom and Dad aren't answering either. Please talk to them.
They made their decision. Stop messaging me.
The doctors say my face will have permanent scarring. I can't live like this.
Should have thought about the consequences before driving recklessly.
My modeling agency already dropped me. How am I supposed to find work now?
Try waitressing. Oh, wait, with those scars?
You're being cruel. This isn't like you.
You don't know me as well as you think. Remember when you called me naive?
I didn't mean those things I said.
Yes, you did. Every word.
Can we talk in person, please?
Nothing to discuss.
The police finished questioning me. They're pressing charges.
As they should.
Your husband is claiming I forced him to let me drive. That's a lie.
Interesting how you both keep changing your stories.
He's throwing me under the bus to save himself.
Ironic choice of words.
I need a lawyer. Can you help?
Why would I help the woman who slept with my husband?
Because I'm your sister. We grew up together. Remember how you always protected me?
That person is gone. You killed her.
Remember when I fell off my bike and you carried me home?
Remember when you slept with my husband?
I know, I can't undo what I did.
Exactly, so stop trying.
The wall repair estimate came in. It's over $50,000.
Expensive taste in crash sites.
Stop being sarcastic. This is serious.
Oh, I know. By the way, the homeowners are planning to sue for emotional distress, too.
What? They can't do that.
Their teenage daughter was home alone when you crashed. She's traumatized.
This is a nightmare. I can't handle this.
Should have stuck to your music dreams instead of chasing married men.
I need to borrow money.
Not happening.
Just enough for a lawyer?
Ask your boyfriend. Oh, wait.
I got fired from my part-time job. They saw the news about the accident.
Actions have consequences.
I'm moving back in with Mom and Dad.
They won't take you.
They have to. I'm their daughter.
They already changed the locks.
Where am I supposed to go?
Not my problem.
My landlord's evicting me.
Exciting life you wanted.
The trial date is set. Please be a character witness for me.
I'll be testifying for the prosecution.
What? You can't.
Watch me.
I thought sisters were supposed to stick together no matter what.
You didn't stick with me, did you?
I made one mistake.
One very long mistake, multiple times.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Just watching karma work.
I saw your husband today at physical therapy. He's in a wheelchair.
Not my husband anymore. Divorce is final.
He looks terrible.
Good.
He asked about you.
I don't care.
He seems really sorry.
So sorry he's suing you?
We're both victims here.
No, I'm the victim. You're both perpetrators.
The judge ruled against me. I have to pay everything.
Justice exists after all.
I'm declaring bankruptcy. I have no choice.
Exciting life you've got there.
I hate you.
Feelings mutual.
You've become so cold.
Oh, I wonder why.
Mom's birthday is next week.
Don't even think about showing up.
I miss them.
Should have thought about that before.
Can you at least give them a card from me?
No.
Tell them I love them?
No.
I'm moving to another city, starting fresh.
Running away won't fix anything.
At least I won't have to see you anymore.
Finally, some good news.
I got a job offer in the city.
Don't care.
It's at a music store.
Still don't care.
I know you probably won't read this, but I'm sorry, really sorry. Not just for the affair, but for everything. For being jealous of your happiness, for trying to destroy it, for betraying you. You were right. I wanted excitement and I got it, but not the kind I wanted. I lost everything. My looks, my family, my future. I have to live with that forever. You don't have to forgive me. I just wanted you to know that I understand now what I destroyed. Goodbye, sis.
I demanded compensation from Amy and my husband and divorced him. I feel no guilt about abandoning him. He had to quit his job due to his injuries. Despite continuing rehabilitation, he still can't walk without assistance. He sued Amy for causing the accident. The trial is still ongoing. Amy was arrested and served time for fleeing the scene. She's also being sued for damages by the homeowners whose walls she destroyed. Furthermore, Amy's face was permanently scarred in the accident. For someone who took pride in her looks, this must be the most painful consequence. The price of seeking excitement turned out to be quite steep.
Rachel, I heard you bought an RV. That must have been more expensive than a regular car. I can't believe you could afford such a luxury item.
It's been a while, Sarah. Actually, we bought it used, so it wasn't that expensive.
But it's still more expensive than buying a regular used car, right? And the maintenance cost must be high. I bet you didn't think about that, did you?
Actually, we did consider all of that.
And the gas cost? Those things are gas guzzlers. You'll probably regret it when prices go up again.
We factored that into our budget too.
Who even buys something like that? It's stupid.
My husband and I love traveling and outdoor activities. It's actually cheaper than staying in hotels when we travel.
How much did you pay for it anyway? Those things are ridiculously overpriced.
We got a good deal since it was a few years old. The previous owner maintained it well.
Must be nice having that kind of disposable income. Some of us have to watch every penny.
We saved up for it. It wasn't an impulse purchase.
Still throwing money away on luxuries. Some people have it so easy.
It actually took us 2 years to save up.
It must be nice having two incomes.
We're doing a lot of saving and planning.
Oh, right. You two can spend money however you want since you don't have kids yet. Poor mom, her eldest son still hasn't given her grandchildren. Instead of traveling, you should focus on trying to have a baby.
I'm sorry we haven't been able to have children.
Have you even been trying? Or are you just focused on your career?
That's quite personal, Sarah.
You're getting older, you know. It's not going to get any easier.
I'd rather not discuss this.
You're trying to avoid the question. Have you seen a doctor about it?
Please, Sarah.
Mom cries about not having grandchildren, you know. And she's not getting any younger.
Sarah, this isn't appropriate.
You're the eldest son's wife. You need to get it together. But I guess you two make good money since you both work. I heard you got another promotion. You're both doing so well. I guess that's what happens when you have good degrees, unlike me.
But Sarah, you work for a big company too.
Working for a big company doesn't guarantee good pay. My salary is way below average. It's frustrating.
I see.
No, you really don't. You've never had to count pennies at the end of the month.
Everyone has their struggles.
Oh, please. What struggles could you possibly have? Your biggest problem is deciding which luxury car to buy next.
That's not true.
Life isn't fair. You don't know what it's like to be passed over for promotions because you don't have a degree.
Have you considered going back to school?
With what money? Some of us have bills to pay.
There are evening classes and online programs.
You don't get it. And you know what's worse? I couldn't even afford to get my car fixed last month. Had to take the bus everywhere. Meanwhile, you're buying RVs.
I didn't know about your car troubles.
Of course you didn't. You're too busy living your perfect life to notice anything else.
We could have helped if you'd mentioned it.
I don't want your charity. Besides, you probably think I deserve it for not having a degree, right?
That's not what I think at all.
Plus, I couldn't go to college for financial reasons. Only my brother got to go. Don't you think it's unfair that there's such a big gap between siblings?
That's the first time I've heard of this. I knew you were a high school graduate, but you weren't allowed to go to college?
It must be nice to be surprised by that. Some of us weren't born with a silver spoon.
I didn't mean to offend you.
Of course you didn't. You never do you? Always so perfect.
Sarah, I'm just trying to understand.
That's right. I was the only one who couldn't go to college. That's why my salary is so low. If I had gone to college like my brother, I could have gotten a better paying job. I was used as a stepping stone because I'm a girl.
That does sound unfair.
Everything went to my brother. The money, the opportunities, everything. Do you know how it feels to watch your brother get everything while you get nothing?
I had no idea things were like that.
Of course you didn't. You're just the lucky daughter-in-law who married into success. You probably never had to sacrifice anything in your life.
Sarah, I've gone through tough times too.
Look at you with your fancy RV and promotions. Do you know how much I struggled while you've had everything handed to you?
Nothing was handed to me. We worked hard for what we have.
Oh, right. Your precious hard work. It must be nice having the opportunity to work hard. You know what? I saw your vacation photos on social media. Nice resort. Meanwhile, I haven't had a proper vacation in years.
We saved specifically for those trips.
Save? Please. You probably spend more on groceries than I make in a month. And those designer clothes you wear to work? Don't even get me started.
My clothes aren't designer.
Whatever. The point is, you have no idea what real struggle is.
Everyone has different circumstances.
Oh, stop with the diplomatic answers. It's so annoying. Just admit you're privileged.
I'm just trying to understand your perspective.
I don't want to go to college anymore, but I've sacrificed my life for my brother. At least you should remember that. He's a college graduate thanks to me. The family doesn't show enough gratitude for what I did.
I'll keep that in mind.
Will you really? Are you just saying that to shut me up?
I genuinely don't know about your situation.
Yeah, right. There's a lot more about things you don't know about this family.
What? There is? Maybe you could tell me more.
Did you know Mom's health has been declining lately?
No, I didn't. What's wrong with her?
Of course you wouldn't know. You're too busy with your perfect life.
What's wrong with your mother? Is it serious?
Her chronic condition has gotten worse, and she can barely do housework. I've been going to help her at home, though I hadn't mentioned it.
That's terrible. Is there anything we can do to help?
Now you care? Where were you all this time? Too busy planning your next vacation?
But we didn't know she was ill.
Maybe if you visited more often, you know these things.
We try to visit when we can.
Try harder. Some daughter-in-law you are. You probably spend more time planning trips than thinking about family.
We can start helping now that we know. What does Helen need? Should we hire some help?
Well, you could actually send Mom some money. She has to take taxis everywhere now, and medical bills are piling up. You can afford it since you had enough for an RV, right?
Of course. How should I send the money to Helen?
Actually, send the money to me.
What? To your account?
Mom spends money recklessly if you give it to her directly. Just between us, she's been terrible with money lately.
Helen? The same woman who's always been so frugal?
Well, it's happening. Are you calling me a liar?
No, I'm just surprised.
People change. You wouldn't know since you never visit. I'm the one dealing with everything.
But we've been meaning to visit.
Well, she's actually starting to get senile or something. She can't handle money anymore, so I need to manage it for her.
I can't believe this. What's happened to her?
Well, you don't know her anymore, do you? Things change.
Maybe we should talk to her doctor.
No need to do that, because I'm handling everything on my end. Just send the money and stay out of it.
All right, I'll send it to you then. How much should I send?
Let's start with $500 a month. I'll give it to Mom bit by bit.
Understood. Thanks for taking care of things.
At last, finally doing something useful for the family, instead of just showing off your perfect life on social media.
I want to help however I can.
About time. Maybe now Mom will stop complaining about how her daughter-in-law never helps.
Sarah, you're going to your mother's house every day, right?
Yes, what about it?
How is she doing? Any improvement on her conditions?
She just needs constant care. It's so exhausting.
What exactly are her symptoms?
She gets confused easily, can't manage daily tasks.
That sounds serious. Has she seen a specialist?
Yeah, but I'm handling everything. Don't worry about it.
Is she getting proper medical care?
Of course she is. What kind of daughter do you think I am?
I just want to make sure she's okay.
She's fine under my care. Just focus on sending the money.
My husband and I were thinking of visiting your mother this weekend. We could help out with your mother's care that day. If there's any heavy lifting or anything else you need help with, just let us know.
No, you can't visit us. Mom's condition has made her depressed. Leave her be. Having visitors is too much for her right now.
I had no idea it was that bad. I'm really worried.
Worry less, help more. The money barely covers anything.
Should we increase the amount?
That would help. Her medications are expensive.
What medications is she taking?
She's just taking so many of them. It's complicated. You wouldn't even know. All those fancy pills add up.
I see. Can we contact your mother? We haven't talked to her for a while, so we'd like to hear her voice.
Oh no, don't contact Mom either. If you need to tell her something, I'll pass the message along. She gets very confused on the phone these days.
Really? We can't even contact her?
Are you questioning how I handle things?
No, I just want to understand.
Mom takes everything the wrong way now. If you don't want to be yelled at unreasonably, don't contact her. And when Mom gets angry, I'm the one who gets blamed. If you consider my position and how hard this is, you'll do as I say.
I see. Well, I'm glad I checked with you first.
Honestly, don't act on your own from now on.
Are you sure the money we're sending is helping out? I'm sorry we can only help financially.
Yes, I'm the one doing all the hard work. But you can only help with money, so I have no choice. If only I could just send money, how easy that would be. I'd love to switch places, but you two can handle it anyway.
Thank you for all your support. I'm sorry, but please let us continue to help you out this way.
At least you know your place. Just keep the money coming and let me handle everything else. Rachel, I need you to increase the monthly payment.
Again, it's already nearly $1,000 more than when we started.
Are you complaining after all I'm doing?
No, I just want to understand the situation better.
Mom's spending is getting worse. She gets violent when she runs out of money. I need you to add another $500.
Is the situation really that bad?
You think I'm lying?
No, I'm just concerned about your mother.
She's completely senile now. She hoards meaningless things. I took away her credit cards, but she must have hidden some. She keeps spending money secretly.
I see.
Do you really see how hard this is for me, while you're living your perfect life?
It must be overwhelming.
I'm at my wit's end. You have it easy just sending money.
Your mother must be quite a handful, and you're working so hard only to deal with more trouble.
Well, you don't seem to understand perfectly. At least someone appreciates me. Mom certainly doesn't. She just keeps demanding more and more.
I wish there was more we could do to help you out.
I wish Mom would be more grateful.
I absolutely agree. I'm grateful to you, too. You're so kind to let us just pay money while you handle everything during your mother's difficult time.
That's right. I'm a kind sister-in-law. I've sacrificed a lot for my brother, but I still devote myself to the family. After all, I'm the eldest daughter. Eventually, I'll inherit the house too.
You want to inherit the family home?
Don't you think I deserve it? After everything I've sacrificed for my family?
I wasn't aware that was being discussed.
It's my natural right. After being raised unfairly in all this trouble now, you two have no right to complain. I'm the only one suffering here. It wouldn't hurt if I got the house. Do you know how much the land is worth now? With all the redevelopment in the area, the property value keeps going up.
So you'll sell it when you inherit it? It would be sad to lose the family home.
Are you trying to guilt trip me now?
Not at all. I'm just curious about your plans.
I'm still undecided about selling. There's plenty of time before inheritance, so I'll think about it slowly. Though that new shopping complex they're building nearby will definitely raise property values.
That's true. Your mother is still alive and well.
What do you mean by that?
Just agreeing that there's no rush to decide.
You're not implying anything, are you? Because I've been taking great care of Mom.
Of course not. Why would I?
As long as it's decided that it will be mine eventually, that's fine. I might even move in while Mom is still alive. Not having to pay rent would make life much easier. You two won't have any complaints about that, right?
We have no problem with you inheriting the family home.
Good, because you two have no right to say anything anyway. I should inherit it since I'm the one taking care of Mom.
Yes, you're right.
I'm glad you understand your position. Well then, please send the money. Make the transfer this week. Mom needs new medications.
All right, I'll be sure to do so.
Hey, what's going on with the money transfer? I haven't received anything. Mom's running out of her medications.
I won't be sending any more money.
What? What do you mean you won't send it? Don't you care what happens to Mom? She needs her medicine.
Nothing will happen to your mother if I don't send money.
You ungrateful little... How dare you?
I think we both know why I'm not sending more money.
Just hurry up and send Mom's money. A daughter-in-law should quietly do what her sister-in-law says. Just know your place.
Oh my, I'm not just a daughter-in-law, so I don't have to obey you. What money are you talking about? Your mother hasn't heard anything about this. Right, you foolish daughter?
Huh? Rachel, is that you?
Rachel is right here beside me.
What? What's going on? Mom, is that you? But you're supposed to be sick.
I've been staying at Rachel's house for a few days. I came to New York for sightseeing and meeting friends, so I'm planning to stay for a while.
No, this can't be happening. You're supposed to be confused and sick.
Oh, it's happening all right.
Rachel didn't tell me anything about this. You're supposed to be at home.
I wanted to visit New York, so I asked Rachel if I could stay. When I called her, she was so surprised, especially since, according to you, I couldn't even use a phone.
Well, I can explain everything.
Lost for words now, aren't you?
I can explain.
It's strange, isn't it? I'm supposed to be sick and being taken care of by my daughter, but my daughter hasn't even visited home in 2 years. And what's this about money transfers?
No, Mom, there are circumstances.
What circumstances made you scam money from your sister-in-law? What kind of help involves lying about your mother's health?
I was having money troubles, but I was planning to pay it back. Really, I just needed some time.
Of course you'll need to pay it back, every single penny of it.
But Mom, they have so much money. Wouldn't it be fair if some came my way? I gave up college for my brother. Don't they owe me that much? It's only fair.
What are you talking about? You couldn't go to college because of your own actions. You skipped high school constantly and had terrible grades. You hung around with troublemakers and caused problems. You barely got into high school with minimal effort, so don't blame your brother.
That's not true. Dad and you said I couldn't go to college. You favored him over me.
Don't you dare bring your father into this and use him to justify your lies.
But it's the truth. You never gave me a chance.
We said we wouldn't pay for college if you didn't take high school seriously. Then you said you didn't want to go anyway. We weren't rich, but we could afford to send both children to college. You're the one who chose not to go.
But I was young then. I didn't understand how important college was. Why didn't you force me to go? Why didn't you push me like you pushed him?
It would have been pointless. Knowing you would have skipped college classes too, just like you skipped high school.
You don't know that. You never gave me the chance to prove myself.
Enough. You're acting like a child. It's embarrassing. You're still blaming others for your choices after all these years.
But...
You're a grown woman. Aren't you ashamed of causing trouble for your sister-in-law? Making up lies about your own mother?
But
Pay back the money you scammed from Rachel. If you pay it back now, I won't cut ties to you. But if you don't pay back the money, you can forget about inheriting this house.
no, that's not fair. As the eldest daughter, I'm the one who should inherit the house. It's my right.
You're right? After lying about me being sick? After taking advantage of your brother's wife?
I was desperate. The house is all I have to look forward to.
You need to take responsibility for troubling others. I'll give you just 1 day. If you don't return the money by tomorrow, I'll no longer consider you my daughter.
What? That's too sudden. Mom, please don't be like this. You know I've always been there for the family. I've sacrificed everything.
Been there? And when was that? When your father was sick? Where were you?
I visited when I could. I had work commitments.
You visited twice in 6 months. Your father asked for you every day.
But I was busy with work. I couldn't just leave whenever I wanted.
Rachel took time off to help, even though she works full-time too. She helped change your father's clothes, fed him, and took him to appointments.
Of course she did. She's perfect, Rachel.
This isn't about me, Sarah. This is about what you've done.
It's always about you. Ever since you married my brother, you've been trying to steal my place in this family.
Stop deflecting. We're talking about your actions now. The lies, the manipulation, the fraud.
They weren't lies. I was trying to secure my future. The house should be mine.
The house was never going to be yours. Your father and I already decided that years ago.
What? But I'm the eldest. It's tradition.
Tradition? Since when do you care about tradition? You didn't even come to your father's memorial service last year.
I was sick that day. You know that.
Sick? I saw your social media posts. You were at a spa resort.
You're monitoring my social media now?
Rachel showed me everything. The designer bags, the expensive restaurants, the spa trips. All while you were supposedly struggling to take care of me.
Fine. I'll get the money somehow. Just give me more time. 1 day is not enough.
Sarah, it seems that you still haven't returned the money. Should we take this as a sign that you're not sorry?
I didn't have enough time. 1 day is not enough. Please wait a little longer. Just 1 more day.
No, you made a promise to your mother. She said she'd cut ties if you didn't pay. You'll lose the house you wanted so badly, too.
Why did Mom bring up the inheritance anyway? I never told her I wanted the house. Were you the one who actually told her about that? You've been plotting against me.
Oh, yes, I told your mother. Your goal wasn't just the monthly payments. You wanted to create obligation so you could inherit the house, right? All those comments about property values and development in the area.
I can't believe you've been plotting against me this whole time, recording everything I said.
Plotting? I simply listened while you dug your own grave. I just let you reveal your true intentions to your family.
Wait a minute. Did you make me feel comfortable on purpose to get me to reveal my goals? All that agreeing with me?
I'm sorry for the deception, but it's nothing compared to what you did. At least I didn't scam anyone out of money.
But you tricked me. You pretended to be on my side.
No, I let you reveal your true self. I just had to wait and listen.
I'll pay back the money, I swear. Just please wait. I can sell some things.
No waiting. You had plenty of ways to get the money. Not having it ready is just laziness.
But I can't borrow money anymore. Nobody will lend to me.
Why not?
Because I've already borrowed from every company. I'm at my limit everywhere. They keep rejecting my applications.
So you were the one with spending problems, not your mother. All those designer bags weren't even paid for, were they?
It's not like that. I just had some temporary setbacks. Everyone has credit card debt.
Temporary? How many credit cards are you maxed out on?
That's none of your business. Stop investigating me.
It became my business when you started scamming us. When you lied about your mother being sick.
I just had so many things I wanted. Before I knew it, I couldn't keep up with the payments. The interest keeps piling up.
If you don't pay us back, we'll sue you. Is that what you want? To be sued by your own family?
That's horrible. Suing your sister-in-law? What would people think?
You're the one who made this necessary. You always play the victim, but you brought this all on yourself. Every single thing.
But what about family loyalty? What about blood ties?
Funny how you only remember family loyalty when it benefits you. Where was that loyalty when your father was dying?
But it's impossible. I don't have any money anywhere. My savings are gone.
What about all those designer bags you kept posting on social media? The spa trips, the fancy restaurants?
Those are investments. Designer bags hold their value.
Oh, so annoying.
What's wrong, Rachel?
I can't stand you anymore. I'm sick of your pathetic excuses. Instead of whining, why don't you work and earn some money?
I do work. My salary just isn't enough. Not everyone can get promotions like you.
Then get a second job. Stop buying luxury items. Stop pretending you're poor while spending money you don't have.
But...
And stop with the but. The way you talk like a child at your age is embarrassing. It's honestly painful to watch.
What? Why do you have to criticize how I talk too? You think you're so much better than me.
Because everything about you screams irresponsibility. You're acting like a teenager.
You're being cruel. This isn't how families should treat each other.
Then act in a way that isn't embarrassing. It's hard to accept that you're the older sister. Your very existence is shameful.
That's a horrible thing to say. You don't have to go that far. I'm still family.
Oh, and for your information, your mother just made a decision. She's going to sell the house soon.
What? She's selling the house? She can't do that. That's my inheritance. My future.
It was never yours to begin with. You just convinced yourself it was.
Why? What's she going to do with the money? She can't just sell our family home.
She's going to use the money as a down payment for a new home. She's going to build a duplex and live with us. Sorry about that.
That's not fair. She didn't say anything about this to me. Let me live there with you too, please. I'll definitely pay back the money and I'll apologize for lying. I'll be better.
After everything you've done to us, the lies about your mother's health, the fraud?
I know I made mistakes, but I'm still family. You can't just throw me away.
Family doesn't scam family. Family doesn't lie about their mother being sick.
I was desperate. You don't know what it's like to struggle, to watch everyone else succeed while you're stuck.
And whose fault is that? Your mother just told me about the details of your credit card debts, the collection agencies calling the missed payments.
She had no right to tell you that. That's private.
She had every right. You tried to blame her for your spending problems.
Those credit cards were for emergencies. I needed them.
Like designer bags and expensive dinners, those were emergencies.
Believe me, I can change. I'll get help for my spending. I'll see a counselor.
Sorry, but it's too late for promises.
Please, I have nowhere else to go. My apartment is too expensive. The landlord keeps raising the rent.
Sell your luxury items. Move to a cheaper place. Get a roommate. Anyway, that's not our problem anymore.
How can you be so cold? After all I've done for the family, I've sacrificed everything.
What exactly have you done except cause problems? Name one thing you've sacrificed.
I took care of Dad when he was sick.
No, your mother did that. You visited only twice, remember?
That's not true. I...
You can't even come up with more lies? That's new.
I help with the housework. Sometimes.
When? Your mother says you never visit. She can't even remember the last time you helped around the house.
Give me another chance, please. I'm begging you. I'll do better this time.
Cut ties with our family. That's the only way you can show filial piety now.
You can't mean that. Mom, please don't let her do this to me.
I've heard enough, Sarah. More than enough.
Mom, please don't do this to me. I'm your daughter. Your firstborn.
A daughter who lied to me, stole from her sister-in-law, and tried to manipulate her way into my house? Is that what a daughter does?
I was going to pay it back. You need to believe me. I had plans.
With what money? Your credit cards are maxed out. You're drowning in debt.
I'll get another job. I'll work weekends. I'll stop buying things.
Yeah, right, like you promised last time and the time before that.
This time is different. I mean it.
Every time is different with you, Sarah. Nothing ever changes.
Just give me one more chance. I'll prove it. I'll show you I can change.
We've given you too many chances already. You waste every one.
But what am I supposed to do now? Where am I supposed to go?
Take responsibility for once in your life. Act like an adult.
By becoming homeless? Is that what you want? Your own daughter on the street?
Stop being dramatic. Just try selling your designer bags. All of them.
But they're not worth anything if they're used, and some of them are limited editions.
Then try getting a second job, just like you promised, or a third one.
Please, don't cut me off like this. I'm your daughter.
A daughter I raised better than this. A daughter who should know better. Goodbye, Sarah.
Wait! At least let me explain everything. There's more to the story.
No need to do that, because we're done here. Afterwards, my mother-in-law made Sarah sell all her assets. Through this, I finally got back the money that had been scammed from me. In the end, Sarah was cut off from the family and fell into a spiral of debt alone. The life Sarah led after that can only be described as miserable. I heard rumors that she started stealing produce from neighborhood gardens, shoplifting from supermarkets, and after repeatedly committing theft, she eventually ended up in prison. Meanwhile, my husband and I started living together with my mother-in-law in our new home. Just before the house was completed, I found out I was pregnant. My mother-in-law helps with childcare and housework since we both work. We decided to cover all the utilities in exchange for my mother-in-law taking care of the house. Neither Mom nor me want to be a burden on each other. After all, just because we're family doesn't mean we should take advantage of each other. Sarah, you're working today, right? Yeah, why? Just checking your schedule. You've been working so much lately. Someone has to pay the bills. Don't be so cold about it. I saw your paycheck on the counter. You went through my things? I'm your mother. I have a right to know. You should be giving me more of that money, you know. I already give you most of it. Don't start with that attitude. I provide for this family. By spending all day sleeping and going out every night? You make it sound so terrible. I am networking, meeting people. Is that what you call drinking at bars until 3 a.m.? I'm looking for opportunities. Speaking of which, when you get back from work, don't come home. Let me guess, you're bringing another man over? What's with that attitude? Shouldn't you be happy your mom is so popular? Why would that make me happy? Most young girls would love having a young, beautiful mother like me. Don't you want nice things? I'd rather have a normal home life. Because it means better opportunities for us. Think about it. If I remarry, we could move to a nicer house and you wouldn't need to work part-time anymore. That's what you said about the last 3 guys. Those were different. They weren't ready for commitment. And the one before who borrowed money and disappeared? That wasn't my fault. He seemed so sincere about paying it back. How does that make sense? All your boyfriends are losers. The current one is just a creepy guy who gambles all day. He's not my boyfriend anymore. You broke up again? That was fast. It's not my fault this time either. He was lying about everything. Like you lie to them? Don't mock me. He was spending money on some young bartender instead of me. Can you believe it? He'd only take me to Denny's. Maybe he just wasn't serious about you. How can you say that to your own mother? He told me I was special. They all say that. How can you be so cynical? He told me he loved me, said I was his whole world. And you believed him? Love requires trust, Sarah. You're too young to understand. I understand enough to know when someone's being used. Used? I'm the one doing the using, silly girl. These men are stepping stones. How long are you going to keep playing these silly dating games? This is why you only attract sketchy guys. I'm not playing games. I'm pursuing happiness. You haven't worked in 3 years. How is that pursuing anything? I work very hard at maintaining my appearance. Do you know how expensive beauty treatments are? Maybe if you got a real job. You sleep until noon and go drinking every night. Why don't you try being independent for once? I won't be living here forever, you know. That's exactly why I'm actively dating. I'm not just playing around. Besides, romance is good. Having butterflies in your stomach is important for a woman. Having a stable life is more important. You sound like an old woman. Where is your sense of adventure? That makes no sense. You are living in a fantasy world. Life is meant to be exciting, full of passion, not just work and school like you. Someone has to be responsible. You'll understand when you're older. Oh, speaking of romance, this new boyfriend is really something. He owns his own company. How did you even meet someone like that? Well, he approached me at a bar. He picked you up at a bar? Seriously? Don't be so judgmental. He was very gentlemanly about it. Like the last gentleman who stole your credit card? That was different. Don't judge. It was love at first sight, apparently. He couldn't take his eyes off me. And I'm sure you told him everything about yourself? Well, I told him I'm a career woman who graduated from an Ivy League university. I mean, he's a business owner. I need to present myself properly. More lies. It's called marketing yourself. You should learn how to do it too. I prefer honesty. Also, I'm keeping the single mom thing a secret. You know how men get scared off when they hear about kids? And how long do you think you can hide that? Men don't notice these things. Besides, I look way too young to have a teenage daughter. Until he comes over and sees my things? That's why you need to stay out when he visits. It'll work out somehow. Those lies will be exposed quickly. Don't be stupid. Rich people don't notice these little details about daily life. He probably just thinks I'm a frugal domestic type. This is going to end badly. Again. You're always so negative. You should be happy for me finding such a successful man. Like that successful guy last month who was actually living in his car? You are such a pessimist. By the way, Sarah, you should try dating too, instead of just working all the time. I'm focused on my future. What future? You're as ugly as your good-for-nothing father, so no one will look at you once you get older. Don't bring Dad into this. Why not? He was useless, just like you're becoming. Mind your own business. I'm only working because you won't. Whatever. Anyway, don't come home today. I'll text you when my boyfriend leaves. Mom, where's my money? My savings are gone. Oh, that? I borrowed some. Borrowed? The whole envelope was empty. Don't be so dramatic about a little money. What are you doing? Give it back. Return it right now. Stop overreacting. I needed it for something important. That was 3 months of my salary. When I marry this guy, I'll pay you back double. What are you talking about? You just met him. He's different from the others. This one's special. Who knows when that'll happen? You don't even know if you'll get married. Have some faith in your mother. I had to do it. I'm not getting any younger. That doesn't give you the right to steal my money. Steal is such an ugly word. I'm your mother. I have rights. What did you spend it on? I needed some cosmetic procedures. He seems interested in me, and he promised to meet me again, but I need to step up my game. You spent my savings on Botox? And fillers. Don't forget the fillers. They're very important. I don't care. This is awful. I worked so hard at my job to save that money. It's an investment in our future. Why can't you see that? Our future? You mean your dating life? Young people these days are so serious, supporting yourself and still saving money. Who did you take after? A responsible adult, obviously. When I was young, I just partied every day. Oh, those were the days. And look where that got you. I had fun. Now that's what matters. Not like you, always working and studying. That explains a lot. What's that supposed to mean? I turned out fine. Fine? You stole your daughter's savings for cosmetic procedures. You should learn to enjoy life more. I'm going to tell your boyfriend you have a kid. You wouldn't dare after everything I've done for you? What exactly have you done except take my money? What's the point of that? Let me tell you something. It won't hurt me at all. We'll see about that. But if you're going to interfere with your mother's life, maybe you should quit high school. What? Oh yes, I've already prepared all the paperwork. You can't be serious. Try me. One call to the school board. That's ridiculous. I'm a minor. If you try to make me quit school... Well, unfortunately for you, I'm your legal guardian. If I say you're going to quit school, that's the end of it. You're blackmailing me now? Blackmail? No. Just showing you how things work in the real world. You're the worst. Such a dramatic child. You should be grateful I'm even letting you go to school and letting you live here. Letting me live here? You are legally obligated to take care of me. Legal obligations are just paperwork. You're only alive because of me. Is that supposed to make me grateful? Of course. Do you know how hard pregnancy was? You haven't done anything for me since then. I feed you, don't I? With the money I earn. Even if I hadn't done anything, just being your mother means something. A real mother wouldn't act like this. Oh, and you're such an expert on motherhood. Besides, you can always save up money again. Oh, I heard these days you can make money just by having dinner with older men. You should try that. I hear they prefer the innocent type like you. Are you seriously suggesting that to your daughter? Why not? It's easy money. Better than that convenience store job. You're not a mother at all. Well, I wish I never had you either. I'm only keeping you around because it's convenient. The moment you stop being useful, you're out. At least you're finally being honest. Don't act like you're so perfect. You're just as calculating as I am. Sarah, you're working today, right? No, I'm not. Oh, really? You've been going to work every day lately, so I just assumed. Things change. What's that supposed to mean? Figure it out yourself. Well, my boyfriend's coming over today, so eat dinner outside. Oh, right, you don't have money anymore. Here's $10. Use that. Keep your money. Don't be proud now. Take it. Your boyfriend won't be coming. What? He said there's no point in meeting you anymore. What are you talking about? How can you be so sure he's not coming? You're lying. Why would I need to lie? Because you're jealous. You've always been jealous of my relationships. What would I be jealous of? You're just trying to cause trouble for me. What would I gain from that? Your boyfriend said he won't see you anymore. I'm just telling you what I heard. Why would you be talking to my boyfriend? Did you steal him from me? I didn't steal anyone. He was never interested in you to begin with. What are you talking about? He was only interested in me from the start. That can't be true. Mike said he fell in love with me at first sight. Did he, or is that what you told yourself? Stop lying. Why would he even care about you? Because he's Uncle Mike. Uncle? Who are you talking about? Dad's younger brother, Uncle Mike. Your father had a brother? And that was Mike? Yes, Uncle Mike approached you because he wanted to know about my situation. What do you mean? What situation? He wanted to know if I was happy. What situation? There's no situation. He said if I was living happily, he would have left without saying anything about who he was. This doesn't make any sense. Why now? Why would he do this? Because he cares about family, unlike you. How dare he spy on me, on us? It's not easy to approach a minor directly. Plus, he wanted to know what kind of person you were. What kind of person I am? Who does he think he is? Someone who actually cares about family. I care about family. I've always cared. Is that why you kicked me out whenever you had a date?
Why would he need to know about me? I'm a perfectly good mother.
Are you? Let me tell you something.
What now? More accusations?
Dad wasn't a deadbeat like you always said.
Oh, please, not this again. Your father was useless.
Uncle Mike told me everything, how you tricked him, loaded him with debt, and he died working himself to death alone.
That's ridiculous. He abandoned us.
No, you drove him away. You took everything he had.
He was weak. He couldn't handle a real woman.
No, you abandoned him. That's why Uncle Mike wanted to see what kind of person you really were.
And what did he find?
A thief who steals from their own daughter.
I borrowed that money.
I think your current situation shows exactly what he found out.
Whatever, both brothers were troublesome men.
No, you were the troublesome one.
Your father was useless. He died without paying any child support. He was just a worthless deadbeat to me.
He died trying to pay off your debts.
He died because he was weak.
I'm going to live with Uncle Mike from now on.
What?
I won't be coming back here.
You can't do that. I won't allow it.
I already packed my things.
Wait, just a minute. I'm your legal guardian.
Not for long.
You can't leave without my permission. I'll make you quit high school if you try.
Uncle Mike said he won't let that happen.
He can't do anything. I'm your mother.
He already talked to his lawyers.
Lawyers? What lawyers?
Even if you make me quit, he'll help me transfer to a new school.
Why would he do so much for you? You've never even met before.
Because that's what real family does.
I'm your real family.
He apologized to me.
For what?
He said he's sorry it took so long to find me after you divorced Dad. He wanted to help me much sooner.
Help you? You don't need help. You have me.
He spent years looking for us after you moved away.
This is ridiculous. You can't trust someone you just met.
I trust him more than I've ever trusted you.
After everything I've done for you?
Like what exactly?
I gave you life.
What exactly have you done for me?
I raised you.
No, I raised myself while you chased men and partied.
You ungrateful child.
Ungrateful for what? The nights in the park? The empty fridge?
I always made sure you had food.
With my money from my job. Anyway, I won't live with you anymore.
You can't do this to me.
Watch me.
What about my welfare checks? They'll stop if you leave.
So that's what you really care about?
No, I didn't mean that.
I'm grateful you gave birth to me, but that's the only feeling I have left for you.
Hey, Sarah, where are you living now?
That's none of your business.
I'm still your mother, you know.
Mother, you only gave birth to me. You never acted like a mother.
Don't say that. It hurts my feelings.
Now you care about feelings?
I've always cared.
Really? Like when you told your boyfriends I didn't exist?
That was different. I was protecting our future.
Let's talk about feelings then.
Sarah.
You dumped Dad's debt on him and divorced him. Then you only kept me because it made it easier to get welfare and single-parent benefits.
That's not how it happened.
Then how did it happen? Tell me your version.
Your father was irresponsible. He couldn't provide.
Ever since I can remember, you've only thought about yourself. All I ever heard was that I was in the way, or to stop crying, or things like that.
Sarah, I had it hard too. Being a single mother is really difficult.
You mean being a party girl with a kid was inconvenient?
You don't understand how hard it was.
That's rich, coming from someone who just partied all the time.
I heard that Mike's family is quite wealthy.
Of course that's what interests you.
What do you mean?
Your real interest?
So your father was supposed to inherit all that?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Tell me more.
Why, so you can try to scam them too?
Don't be ridiculous. I just want to know about your father's family.
Grandpa and Dad had a fight about the future of the family business, and Dad left home.
And then?
That's when he met you and got married.
I had no idea about any of this. How annoying.
Of course you didn't bother to know anything about him.
He never told me about his family's money.
Because he wanted someone to love him for himself.
He could have just asked his parents to pay off the debts, but he tried to handle everything himself.
Because he had pride, unlike you.
If I had known his family was rich, I wouldn't have divorced him.
You are disgusting, changing your tune like that.
No, you misunderstand.
I understand perfectly.
I'll be a proper mother from now on. I'll look for a job, and I won't cause you any more trouble.
Stop pretending.
I mean it this time. I'll even cook for you.
Just stop.
Let's start over. I really wanted to go shopping with you, you know. We could have mother-daughter days.
You're only saying this because you found out Dad's family is rich and I'm living with them now.
Oh, that's not true.
Then why didn't you want to do these things before?
I was busy before, but now I see what's important.
You just want to take advantage of that.
I've been lonely without you. I finally realized how important you are to me.
After 16 years?
Better late than never, right?
You always ignored me.
That's not true.
You even said you regretted having me.
I just didn't know how to treat you properly.
That's not an excuse.
I think I took advantage of your kindness. I thought you would never betray me.
Betray you? I was the one betrayed.
You're my only daughter, and I thought you'd always stay with me.
Even after you kicked me out night after night?
Those times were different. I needed privacy.
I don't consider you my mother anymore.
Even if you think that way, I am still your mother.
Biology doesn't make you a mother.
I carried you for 9 months. I was so happy when you were born.
And then what, you stopped caring after that?
I never stopped caring. I just had other priorities.
Like finding rich men to scam?
I'm sorry I wasn't a good mother until now, but I'll really try hard from now on.
It's too late.
I won't make you feel lonely anymore. We can be a real family.
This is really too late. You sound so fake, it's painful.
I'm being sincere.
Every time you got a new boyfriend, you'd kick me out of the house.
I can explain.
People who really care about their children would never do that.
I made mistakes.
Do you have any idea how I felt?
Sarah, please.
When all my friends would go home in the evening, I was the only one who couldn't.
I didn't think.
I had to stay alone in a park. Sometimes I couldn't even come home until morning.
But you were always so strong about it.
What choice did I have?
I'm sorry.
On holidays, I was alone eating convenience store rice balls.
We could make new memories.
While you were having fancy dinners with your boyfriends?
Oh, that was different. I was trying to secure our future.
You never came to any school events.
I was busy those days.
Busy sleeping off hangovers.
I'll come to everything from now on.
There's nothing left to come to. You have no idea how I felt then.
After living together for 16 years, you're choosing that family over me?
Yes, because they're actually family.
They're the ones who came late into your life.
Better late than never.
You don't know this, but rich people are usually terrible. They're probably just trying to use you.
Like you've been using me all this time?
That's different. I'm your mother.
You're just jealous they have what you couldn't scam from Dad.
How dare you, after everything I sacrificed?
What exactly did you sacrifice?
My youth, my beauty, my chances at romance.
Your youth? You acted like a teenager while I had to be the adult.
I can explain.
People who really care about their children would never do that.
I made mistakes.
Do you have any idea how I felt?
Sarah, please.
When all my friends would go home in the evening, I was the only one who couldn't.
I didn't think.
I had to stay alone in a park. Sometimes I couldn't even come home until morning.
But you were always so strong about it.
What choice did I have?
I'm sorry.
On holidays, I was alone eating convenience store rice balls.
We could make new memories.
While you were having fancy dinners with your boyfriends?
Oh, that was different. I was trying to secure our future.
You never came to any school events.
I was busy those days.
Busy sleeping off hangovers.
I'll come to everything from now on.
There's nothing left to come to. You have no idea how I felt then.
After living together for 16 years, you're choosing that family over me?
Yes, because they're actually family.
They're the ones who came late into your life.
Better late than never.
You don't know this, but rich people are usually terrible. They're probably just trying to use you.
Like you've been using me all this time?
That's different. I'm your mother.
You're just jealous they have what you couldn't scam from Dad.
How dare you, after everything I sacrificed?
What exactly did you sacrifice?
My youth, my beauty, my chances at romance.
Your youth, you acted like a teenager while I had to be an adult.
No, I didn't. Family helps family.
Now you want to talk about family?
Please, I'm begging you.
After everything you've done.
I'll change, I promise. Just help me with this one thing.
I'm going to learn about the Dad I never knew.
He wasn't special.
That's what you always said, but you were lying about that too.
I wasn't lying. He was weak.
And work hard to become independent and happy.
You can't just abandon me.
Watch me.
What about my case? The police?
You should give up on me.
Sarah, please.
I'll pretend I never had a mother.
You don't mean that.
So don't ever show up in front of me again.
I am your mother. You can't erase me.
Watch me.
Sarah, they're taking me to court next week.
That's not my problem.
Please, testify for me. Tell them I was a good mother.
I won't lie for you.
But what will happen to me?
You'll face the consequences of your actions, finally.
How can you be so cold?
I learned from the best.
The trial is tomorrow. Please come.
Goodbye, Diana.
Don't call me Diana. I am your mother.
Not anymore. I'm blocking this number.
Wait, please.
After that, my mother was arrested for welfare fraud. While I thought we were receiving benefits because we were a single-parent household, it turns out she had been making up excuses to receive money while being able to work. The trial isn't over yet, but she'll likely serve time in prison. My guardianship has been officially transferred to my grandparents. I never knew my paternal grandparents, and Uncle had been searching for me, so I'm still getting used to this more comfortable lifestyle. Although the relationship with my grandparents is a bit awkward at times, I'm amazed by the warmth and comfort of having a real family for the first time. I'm grateful to have found family members who truly care about me, and I'm determined to move forward and become a responsible adult. Sometimes I think about her, but then I remember all the nights I spent alone in the park, all the school events she missed, all the lies she told. It's better this way. Finally, I can focus on building a real future, surrounded by people who actually care about me.